Okay class, so today is lecture number 18. It's week 5, right? In last class we had discussed some of the question involving two different right angle triangles, and in last class I have told you important 3 steps to attempt such type of questions, right? So continue the topic trigonometry, and today is the last class of the topic trigonometry. And in last class we are going to discuss some of the word problems, right? So all these questions are from your book 2 7th edition, exercise 11D, and it's page number 308. So I'm going to start with question number 1. So it says a point A on level ground is 34 meters from the foot B of a Christmas tree TB. So in this question the diagram is plotted with the word problem. So you have a Christmas tree and this is your right angle triangle, right? Okay. So the point A, B and the point T. A point A on level ground is 34 meters away from the foot. So this distance is 34 meters. Given that AT makes an angle of 32 degrees. So that angle is 32 degrees. Find the height of the Christmas tree. So you need to find the value of X, right? So if the triangle is drawn, so it is very easy question like the simple trigonometry. Now you need to find the value of opposite and adjacent is known. So opposite and adjacent comes in the formula 10. So it's tan 32 is equals to opposite divided by adjacent, right? And we know that how to solve such type of equations. So tan 32 multiplied by 34 is equals to X. Now you can find the value of tan 32 from your calculator. It's 0.625. That is the value of tan 32 multiplies with 34. So when you multiply these two, so you got the value of X, that is 21.2, right? So that is your question number 1. Moving on to the next question, that is question number 2. First I make the figure and then I will read the question. Now it is a right angle triangle. We have 3 points A, Q and T. Now it says the height of a vertical post PQ is 7.7 meter. Given that A is a point on level ground such that AP makes an angle of, this point is P, AP makes an angle of 27 degree with the horizontal. Find the distance AQ. So you need to find the value of X. Simple trigonometry question, we need to apply the relation of opposite and adjacent. So O and A comes in 10, so it will be 10, angle is 27, opposite is 7.7 and adjacent is X. Now first thing you need to make X the subject of the equation, and the value of 1027 is 0.51, right? So 7.7 divided by 0.51, it's 15.1. That is your adjacent, and the unit is 7.7 meters, so it's meter, right? Now if I say at this point that convert it into millimeter, what will be your answer? So it's very simple. 15.1 multiplied by 1000, because there are 1000 millimeter in 1 meter. So when you multiply it, it will be 15.1 multiplied by 1000, 15100 millimeter. So that wasn't part of the question, I was just asking by myself. So moving on to the next question, that is question number 3. Now first I need to make the figure. We have point A, B and the point K. It says Huxin standing at B is flying a kite. The kite is vertically above at A. Now vertically means that this angle is 90. The string BK of length 120 meters attached to the kite makes an angle of 53 degrees to the horizontal. Assuming the string is taut, find the distance AB. So you need to find the value of AB. Again, very simple question. So at this point you need to stop the video and try this question by yourself. So first thing, highlight which two sides we know be adjacent and hypotenuse, right? So adjacent and hypotenuse comes in cos. So it's cos 53 is equals to adjacent is x and hypotenuse is 120. Now cos 53 is 0.602 is equals to x divided by 120. To find the value of x, you need to shift 120. So it will be 0.602 multiplied by 120 is equals to x. So the value of x is 72.2 is equals to x, right? That is your answer. Moving on to the next question, that is question number 4. Now first let me draw the question. It's R, Q and P. At a certain time of a day, a church spire PQ 82 meters high, so the distance of PQ is 82 meters, cast a shadow of 62 meter long. The shadow is 62 meters. Find the angle PRQ. So you need to find the angle PRQ. Which two sides are known? It's opposite and adjacent. So opposite and adjacent comes in 10. So you need to apply 10x is equals to opposite divided by adjacent, right? Now when you divide 82 with 62, it's 1.32. So 10x is equals to 1.32. Now you need to find the angle, that means here we need to apply tan inverse, right? So tan inverse of 1.32 is 52.9. So the angle is 52.9 degrees, and that is your answer. After question number 4, moving on to the question number 5. Now it is a word problem without diagram. It says a ladder of length 5 meter leans against a nail on a vertical wall. Leans against a nail on vertical wall. It forms an angle of angle of 60 degree with the ground. Find first part, the height of the nail above the ground. And second part, the distance of foot of the ladder from the base of the wall. Now that is your word problem, right? Why I write the whole question? Because in this question there is no figure, so you need to make the figure by yourself. So at first, why don't you give it a try? Whatever you understand by reading the question, you need to try it, right? Whatever you think it is right, you need to plot it. Now it says a ladder of length. Now first thing that we have a ladder like this, it's 5 meter. If I placed it horizontally, it won't affect the length of the ladder, right? So the length of the ladder is always same. Length of the ladder leans against a nail on a vertical wall. Now I'm going to plot my figure. So that is my ladder, right? It leans against a nail on a vertical wall. So that is a nail on the vertical wall. It forms an angle of 60 degree with the ground. Now the ladder makes an angle of 60 degree with the ground. The length of the ladder is known, that is 5 meter, right? Find the height of the nail. Nail is right here, so I say N. So you need to find the height of the nail, that is X, and distance of foot of the ladder from the base of the wall. Now that is the foot of the ladder, right? So you need to find the distance Y. So that is your question. Now if you got this figure in your exam, so it is quite easy, but you need to learn how you plot this figure from the word problem. So at first I am going to find X, right? For X is basically opposite, and 5 is hypotenuse, and Y is adjacent. So first I am going to pick X. That means I need to apply a working formula which includes opposite and hypotenuse, not adjacent, because if you take two unknown in one question, you can't solve it. So opposite and hypotenuse comes in sine. So it will be sine angle is 60 is equals to opposite divided by hypotenuse, right? Now sine 60 you can easily find out by using calculator. Sine 60 value is 0.866. When you shift 5, it will be multiplied by 5 is equals to X. So when you multiply it, it's 4.33 the value of X. After X you need to find the value of Y. So for Y you need to take adjacent and hypotenuse. That means you need to apply cos. So cos angle 60 is equals to adjacent is Y and hypotenuse is 5. Now the value of cos 60 is 0.5 into 5 is equals to y. Now 0.5 multiplied by 5, it's 2.5 is equals to y. So that is the answer of x and y, right? So moving on to the next question. Question number 6. Now first I need to make the figure. Figure is given in this question. Now we have a right angle triangle and the question says a boat is tied to a rope of length 12 meter. Now this length is known, that is 12 meter, which is attached to a ring that is 3.5 meter above the water. That is the ring, and the height of this ring is 3.5 meter above the boat. At this point we have our boat. Assuming that the rope is taut, find the angle it makes with the water, and that is your, this line represents the water level. Now the diagram is given in the question and you need to find angle. Find the angle it makes with the water. So this angle is basically x. Now if this angle is x, that means 3.5 is opposite and 12 is hypotenuse. Now in which working formula we have opposite and hypotenuse? So that is sine. So sine x is equals to, opposite is 3.5 divided by hypotenuse is 12. So 3.5 divided by 12, it's 0.29, and on the left side we have sine x. In order to find the value of x, we need to shift function on the right side, so it will be x is equals to sine inverse of 0.29, and the sine inverse of 0.29 is 16.95 degree. So that is the angle x that was unknown in that question, right? Now moving on to the next question, question number 7. First I need to make the figure. So it's a right angle triangle, right? And we have a point M here. Now listen the question carefully. Lixin is standing 7.05 meter away from the statue. So that is your statue. And Lixin is standing just right here. That is Lixin. And he is standing at a distance of 7.05 meter from the statue. The height of her eyes from her feet is 1.55. Now basically it gives you the height of that person, that is 1.55 meter, right? Given that the angle of elevation of the top of the statue from her eyes is 42 degrees, that means this angle is 42 degrees. Find the height of the statue, that means this is your x. Now in this question it says angle of elevation. Now what is angle of elevation? That is an important topic, right? So angle of elevation is basically the angle from bottom to top. Now suppose that now that's an example scenario to explain the angle of elevation. Suppose that there is a tree, right, and you are walking on the ground, right, you are walking on the ground, there is a tree, the tree is at some distance, let's suppose 10 meters from you, right, there is an apple attached on the tree. So when you see the apple, of course you will tilt your neck, right, you will tilt your neck to see the upwards. So when you see the apple on the tree, you will make an angle, and that angle, this angle is basically the angle of elevation, right. So that's why I said that angle of elevation from bottom to top, from bottom to top, right, from down to up, never from top to bottom. So the angle of elevation is from bottom to top, it always makes with the straight horizontal line. So in our question the angle of elevation is 42 and you need to find the height of statue. Now the height of statue is basically from this line, that is the height of a statue. Basically the examiner is asking you need to add this value in your height of a statue. So basically let's suppose if I say that this point here is P. So first I need to find the value of M to P. So let's say this value is Y. Now first find the value of M till P. You are going to apply 10 here, right? So it's 10. Angle is 42 is equals to opposite Y divided by adjacent 7.05. Now the value of 1042 is 0.9. 7.05 will be multiplied with the 0.9, so it will be 6.34. So the value of Y is 6.34, but that is not the height of statue. So the height of a statue is 6.34, that is from M to P, and then M to this distance, right, this whole distance, that means you need to add 1.55. So 6.34 plus 1.55, it's 7.89. So the height of statue is 7.89 meters, right. So in this question we have a new concept of angle of elevation. What is angle of elevation? Angle from bottom to top, first point. Second point is what? Always makes with horizontal line. These 2 points are very important. By means horizontal line is that when two lines like this, it won't be angle of elevation. No, it can't be angle of elevation. Angle of elevation always makes with the horizontal line. So after that, after question number 7, moving on to the next one, question number 8. Now first I need to draw the figure, as it includes rectangle, triangle and different shapes. So it's a rectangle, right, and you have a like this. So this is type of figure you can clearly see in your book as well, right, and the last line is this one. So first I'm going to label the points. It's W, P, Q, R and H. It's 8 meters, it's 24.3 it's 35.4 and this angle is 90. Now read the question. The height of a building WH is 8 meter. PQR is a flagpole. And WQ is horizontal cable connected to the top of the building and to the flagpole. Given that PWQ is 35.4 and WRH is 24.3, find the height of the flagpole. So that means this total from P to R is basically the height of flagpole. And we know that if this length is 8, so this one is also 8, right? So first thing what you guys need to do, first point, find the length of QW. Can you find the length of QW by yourself? So first try and then I will explain it. So basically WQRH is a rectangle. That means if this length is A, this length will also A. So I can find the value of A by using trigonometry, right? Now if this is my angle, then 8 is the opposite. So opposite is 8 and adjacent is A, and theta is 24.3. So opposite and adjacent, that means you need to apply 10 here. So 10 angle is 24.3 is equals to opposite divided by adjacent. Now you need to make A the subject, so A is equals to 8 divided by 10, 24.3, right? Now 10 24.3 is what? It's 0.45. So 8 divided by 0.45 is equals to 17.7. You got the value of A, that is 17.7. Now consider the triangle WQR. In this triangle we need to find the value of PQ. So let's say this value is X, right, from P to Q. Now X is the opposite and A is the adjacent in the triangle PWQ. So opposite and adjacent comes in 10. So it will be 10 35.4 is equals to opposite divided by adjacent, that is 17.7. Now 35.4 10 is 0.71, right? And 17.7, when you shift on the left side, it will be multiplied. So 0.71 times 17.7, it's 12.56. 12.56. Now the final answer, right? Now height is basically what? Height is X plus 8, right? And X is 12.56 plus 8, that is equals to 20.56. That is the total height of the flagpole, right? So I'm sure that this question is clear to you. So moving on to the next one, it's question number 9. It says a plank of length 4 meter rest against a wall 1.8 meter high such that 1.2 meter lies beyond the wall. Beyond the wall. Find the angle planks make with the wall. Now I challenge you that only 10% of the students can do this question right. That is my challenge. So if you think you can do it, I welcome you. Stop the video and try it by yourself. Right? So first thing, what is plank? Plank is basically a piece of wood, a long piece of wood. We call it plank. 4 meter rest against a wall. So basically there is a plank that is resting against a wall, but it rests in such a way that 1.2 meter lies beyond the wall. Now that is the key point. If you draw your triangle like this, then it is wrong, right? So how you need to draw? We need to draw like this. And why we need to draw like this, I will explain you. Now listen, a plank 4 meter, that is the whole plank 4 meter, rest against a wall 1.8 meter high, so that is the height of the wall 1.8 meter, right? Such that 1.2 meter lies beyond the wall, so this length is basically 1.2 that lies beyond the wall. Most of the students think that 1.2 is the adjacent, that is wrong. And you need to find the angle the plank makes with the wall. Now if you think that this angle is x, then it is wrong. You need to find the angle the plank makes with the wall, that means this angle is x, right? It is my plank and it is my wall, so you need to find this angle x. Now the tricky part was 1.2, that means in our case our hypotenuse is not 4, it is basically 4 minus 1.2, that is 2.8. right? Now you need to find the angle. Now it is very easy, you can apply cos here, so it will be cos angle x is equals to adjacent divided by hypotenuse, right? So 1.8 divided by 2.8, it's 0.642, and then you need to do cos inverse of 0.642, so it's 49.99. You can say that the angle x is 50 degree, right? So that is a tricky question, and I have told you that only 10% of you will do it right. So if you have tried it by yourself and you got the right answer, then trust me, you are in 10%, right? And if you didn't do it, then no problem. I know that it is a tricky question, right? So you need to interpret the word problem very clearly, that what exactly the examiner is saying. If you do that, then trust me, you will succeed in every time, right? So I think that is enough for today's class, and inshallah in next class we are going to start a new topic, right? So till then, you guys need to take care of yourself and practice trigonometry at your home. So Allah Hafiz.